My initial concept for my final project has not changed too much. From the beginning, I had a clear vision of the ideas for my final project. I decided to do a fashion magazine because the theme of my final project is Layers of London. For different people, London is associated with something different. However, for me, London is associated with fashion. Therefore, I wasn't thinking too long over the decision I made about my final project. From the beginning, I decided to do a front cover, contents page, perfume advert, and double spread article. I made this decision based on the skills I achieved through these 2 years education in Stanmore College. I wanted to present myself from the very best side and create something that deserves a good grade. Moreover, I wanted through the article convey an information about fashion in London and refer to the theme of my final project. In making my final project, I was trying to do as much professional product as is possible. In addition, I was trying to achieve relevant purpose of my fashion magazine. I had some goals kept in my mind when I was putting my magazine together. I was trying to create magazine which will be inform the reader. In my opinion, articles in magazines should be thoroughly researched because everyone wants to create a product which will be encourage readers to buy a magazine and read things that are inside. Also, I was trying to create a magazine which will be entertaining the reader through the combination of things contained inside which are interested the audience. By making my final project, I was also trying to make sure that my magazine meets the theme of my final project, which means that my fashion magazine contains the theme of my final project, which is London. Through my product, I was trying to give a specific message through some signs which are encoded in different ways by the specific audience. One of the signs I was using in my fashion magazine was use of pink color. This is a stereotypical sign because pink color is usually associated with a femininity. By looking at the pink, the specific type of audience and coding sign, and they know that this fashion magazine is mainly aimed to the woman. Also, I was using a young woman at the front cover. This is also a sign because by looking at this young woman, the reader can recognize for what type of audience this fashion magazine is created. In overall, I was trying to give a specific message for the audience that will help them understand for what people this magazine is created. My target audience are women aged 18 to 30. I targeting my final project for this type of audience based on research I have done. I was looking at the early and Vogue target audience, and I made this decision because I want my magazine to be similar to these two fashion magazines. My product is relevant to my target audience because it's based on women's needs. Women aged 18 to 30 are mostly interested in fashion. Moreover, this fashion magazine contains advices and useful information which interest the woman in this specific culture. I have followed print specialism. This helped me progress on the further study and other work because I achieved new skills, especially in technologies I was using, like Photoshop and InDesign, and I learned how to take high quality pictures. I also understood how important is the research during the project, what makes me understand more. In the future, I will be able to create better product based on knowledge that I get so far. This is a project that I have passion about. In the future, I want to become a graphic designer, and making magazine is what I want to do. I want to give a message to the audience through my products. Research and planning helped me to create most professional work. My information were well researched and truthful, what allowed me to create a better work. I knew what I am doing step by step. I have done primary and secondary research. To do my primary research, I was asking people around the college and Carnaby Street from my target audience to find out what they expect from the new fashion magazine to create something what will include things that interest my target audience the most. Through my secondary research, I found out my audience by looking at other professional fashion magazines. I was looking at Vogue and Elle magazine, and based on these two magazines, I established target audience for my magazine. I looked at Vogue and Elle because I wanted my fashion magazine look similar. Both of them have the same elegant and classy style, what I wanted for my fashion magazine to be like. I was looking at professional work and I analyzed front covers of a Vogue, Elle and ID magazines to understand the hidden stuff. I wanted to take a look at the ways that these magazines delivered the messages for the audience. I was looking at the layouts, pictures, fonts, colors, and everything what is important in creating professional product. Moreover, I have done some secondary research about London's 60s styles to have the imagination how has the London's fashion changed over the years. I was looking at Alexander McQueen biography and the history of Carnaby Street. Through my research, I come up with some convention of fashion magazines. For example, all fashion magazines are using modern and trendy look. The pictures for front covers are usually full shot or mid shot, and the models are looking directly at the camera to make the reader feel involved. There is also a lot of storylines which telling the reader what you can find inside the magazine. Moreover, the masthead is usually behind the model's head. I used all this convention in creating my magazine to make it look more professional. I think that I planned my product well. I have done everything what I was planning to do and I am actually satisfied with the final results. However, I think that I did not manage my time very well because I didn't put enough time doing research. I planned to visit Victoria and Albert Museum, however I haven't got time to go there because I had to move on the next step, which was a production step, to finish my final product. My target audience are women aged 18 to 30 interested in new fashion trends, history of fashion, independent street fashion. The fashion and beauty adverts will be suitable for all and also the prices will be suitable for my target audience to let my magazine be helpful in fashion for all demographic and social status. My target audience is similar to Vogue and Elle, however the difference between those two fashion magazines and mine is that my fashion magazine will be suitable for everyone, especially on prices. My target audience's opinion are, I think, one girl said, I think that your project is very interesting. I love the look of magazine cover. The font style is really good and all colors match perfectly. Also pictures and mystery mode of it attract my attention. I am a lover of fashion magazine and definitely I would be willing to buy this magazine without any thought. Also contents page is attractive, however the bit where white letters are on the wall make me confused as color of the letters are closely similar to the color of background and I have a little problem with reading. Moreover, perfume advert is obvious, however still attracts my attention. Overall, I think that you did lots of good work. I can notice that you worked really hard, so well done. The other girl said, I think that the final project looks great. Colors adapt to the dress, and this is a sign that this fashion magazine is for women. Moreover, storylines contains good information and this persuade the audience to buy and look inside the magazine. Whole project is throughout, however, text in the article could be more visible. In overall, I think that you have done good work, and with pleasure, I will buy your product. Other people said that they like the layout of the front cover and the article, however, they cannot see the text properly. The contents page is unique and different to others. They think that there was a good idea to use the pictures as the main image, but most of people said that the text should be more visible. Based on my audience overall opinion, I understood that my article should be more readable because in some places the letters are invisible. However, the overall opinion is positive and I actually will take all opinions to myself and I will try to improve my mistake next time. I was trying to attract my audience by using informal language. I think this is effective because the reader can recognize that this is a magazine and also they will understand the text more. This is more appropriate language for this audience because they are young and they communicate with each other mostly by using informal language. When they can understand the text completely, they will feel more comfortable. I was also trying to attract my audience by content which reflects my results from primary research. Through this, I tried to include everything what my audience needs. I also added a perfume advert with a very popular and very feminine perfume, what persuade them to buy. This advert reflects things that what my target audience would buy. Moreover, I tried to attract my target audience by the image on the front cover, as the woman is the same age as my audience. The model is looking directly at the camera, what makes the reader feel involved. Additionally, the model's pose and face expression tells my target audience that she is very confident and independent, what makes them to be like her. Moreover, the storyline also attracts the reader because they know what else they will find inside the magazine. By my contents page, I was also trying to attract my reader by using pictures as a main object on the page and a small amount of text. I think that this is effective because it encourages the reader to look inside and find more information. In addition, this makes them want to read it. However, the image is big and it absolutely stands out of the fashion magazines. The mascot of my front cover is simply, however, the font looks very elegant and classy, what attracts the audience. I used pink color because it matched to the dress, and also pink color is a stereotypically sign that this fashion magazine is associated with femininity, and this attracts my target audience as well. I tried to attract my audience by article. I think that they will be interested with the history of London's fashion and they will be willing to read the article. The use of black and white colors gives them a feeling like it was a long time ago and like it's an old article would refer to the old ages. I was trying to attract my reader by using pictures which shows one of the most popular fashion streets in London. This street is recognizable by everyone as a fashion street. The layout also attracts my reader because I split the text on the front cover on both sides. However, there is not too much text. I think this is effective because whole front cover looks very classy, what refers to the style of my fashion magazine. The storyline tells the reader what they will find inside, but it does not boring them with a lot of text which could be easily hide the main picture. The layout of the article is unique and not often seen in fashion magazines, what attracts the reader. The main object in my double spread article is a picture, and I decided to put text on the picture, and I divided the text into two columns, which gives the impression like there is not much text as in the reality. To do my final project, I was using DSLR camera, Photoshop, InDesign, and Windows Movie Maker. I learned that these technologies are very useful when I want to create projects like this one. Photoshop allows me to edit my picture perfectly, which makes them to look more professional, and that was the main technology I was using during my final project. I was using Photoshop before to create other projects, therefore I already knew how to use these tools, but it's hard to remember and use all possibilities what Photoshop offered. However, I learned how to place the model in front of the mascot, and I think that this is a very useful thing which I will use in the future. I learned that the InDesign is more useful and appropriate technology to use when I am doing a layout for my magazine. InDesign is more difficult to use for me, and during this project I learned a lot of more new things than using Photoshop. I learned how to add shadows to the text, how to reduce opacity. Moreover, InDesign was more useful to do the double spread article because it gives me the ability of columns which help me to divide the pages into the same size of space which I filled with the text. During my photography, I learned about angles and lighting. This is very important to take high quality pictures. I also learned about right placement of model. The internet was the main source I was using during planning and research. My final product resembled my initial ideas and expectations, especially front cover and contents page. My ideas for these two things haven't changed significantly. From the beginning, I had a clear vision of my magazine, therefore I created with ideas that I kept in my mind because I was happy with the results that I was creating step by step. Therefore, my contents page and front cover match up with my initial ideas. I developed my idea by looking at other professional fashion magazines as well as the meaning of the signs. I have done that because I wanted my magazine to look as much professional as it's possible. I also wanted my magazine to follow the main convention of the fashion magazines, which will be helpful to my audience understand more and let them recognize that this fashion magazine is aimed to them. I think that my contents page and front cover final results are very successful and everything went well. However, one thing in my front cover has changed, and this is a storyline. I tried to place in the middle of the page, however the text was invisible because of the colors of the dress, and I changed my mind and I placed the text on the left hand side. However, the final results look even more better than before, and I actually think that my front cover looks better than I thought. On the other hand, my article changed a lot because I was not happy with the results and my idea doesn't look good. From the beginning, I was thinking that I would use a picture of a male, however, I changed my mind and I used a picture of Carnaby Street. I changed my mind because I think that this picture linking to the article more and it's more effective. I also changed the layout. I thought that I will use the picture on the right hand side of my double spread article, and on the left I will put the text, which will be divided into 2 columns, and also there will be a big title with a smallest subheading. However, I have to change my mind because the picture was taken with the bad position and I couldn't place the pictures on the side. Therefore, I changed my mind and I placed my pictures on both pages and I wrote down the text on the image. I am happy with the final results. However, if I had more time, I would improve the text because a lot of people from my target audience said that the text could be more visible, and I would probably choose different picture. The final result of my advert is successful, and even it's very simple, I am happy with a results. However, I changed my mind because at the beginning I thought that I will do a Paco Rabanne perfume advert, but I took wrong picture because more useful image for this type of advert should be taken in studio, not in the open space. Therefore, I decided to do a Chanel perfume advert, which are mostly simple and the model usually attracts the reader. If I had more time, I would probably change the layout of the advert because some of the people from my target audience said that this advert is obvious. In overall, final results of my final project are successful and I actually like it, and I think that I have done a good work and I tried my best to create a professional work. I learned a lot of new things which will be helpful in the future and what makes me become a better graphic designer in the future, and I enjoyed this project.